think Australia has a culture of binge drinking, but I don't think it actually needs to be part of our identity, and I don't think it needs to be part of our, particularly our young people's identity.
We come across so many people on the street that are just peer pressured into drinking, and I think it is just that culture that you have to go out and have a good night, you have to be off your face, you have to be really drunk. I just wish that they would realise that there is something greater in life than looking good and in fitting in. And yes, binge drinking is an issue, but it's just a cover-up for the bigger issues and the things that young people are questioning about life today.
Every Saturday night we send out 2 teams of 4 green team volunteers. They're basically there to provide an extra presence of eyes and ears and to support all the existing agencies like SAPOL and the SA Ambulance. And look out for vulnerable young people.
It's definitely not common for someone around 18, 20 years old to come out on Hindley Street for the purpose of helping other people out. We're encouraging people to drink a little bit less or maybe think about going home earlier, but I'm hoping we get to a point where that will just be, I guess, more common.
We get young people coming up to our volunteers and saying, why are you doing this, and they're motivated to see young people kept safe.
There was this one particular instance where this guy was just, so he was in one of the alleys, just near the edge. We thought he was just asleep. We woke him up and he was just really confused and dazed where he was, and we were like, did you come here with your friends? And he's like, yeah, but I've lost them. And all we did was wake him up, and we got him to hop on his phone and see if he could call any of his friends. He rang one of his friends, and then his friends came, got him, and he was just stoked, and he was so happy that there was people out there that weren't letting him fall asleep in the alley. It's just really dangerous to think that people are comfortable falling asleep in the city.
The research will show you that positive engagement is more successful than negative engagement or negative campaigns. Positive messaging actually has a higher uptake and has a longer lasting effect on people. And that's not really rocket science when you think about it.
After that, we didn't think a lot of it. We were like, yeah, that's awesome. But then it was 2 weeks later, the same guy came up to us and he remembered us, and he was like, thank you so much. And not only did we impact that guy, but his whole friends kind of thing. And as we leave those kind of groups, we always encourage everyone, look out for your friend, try and not leave your friends alone like that.
Past 2 a.m, there actually aren't many other particularly youth services that go past 2 a.m, and Hindley Street's open 24 hours. So there was a gap in service of, apart from the police and security staff, of just extra people to be around to support young people.
The peer-to-peer helping thing is perceived so positively because it is kind of unheard of. We can all have good ideas and we can all sit in our offices and we can try and work out what the problem is, or what we've chosen to do is just get out there and see what the problems are, because the stats and the data comes back and it's all good information, but if you don't do anything with it, it's useless. We get the data from the other teams that go out, and it comes back, and we read in the paper every day about fights breaking out, and we're like, imagine if there was a green team in that spot on that street, would that fight have broken out? Probably not. Just knowing the impact that we have just by being in a place, yeah, it's crazy to think about.